Welcome to Build Your Difference, a podcast designed to help visionary people like you build distinguished brands that inspire and engage a growing audience. Hello, I'm Jim Dennison. We're glad to have you with us for our second edition of the new Build Your Difference podcast. We look forward to sharing inspiring and compelling stories of Blue Artist clients.
And I'm Desiree Moody. We'll also offer educational resources to help you build a better business and brand. Each podcast includes 3 segments: client news, a feature story, and a segment with one of our producers. To kick off this month's news segment, let's talk a little more about why we've developed the Build Your Difference podcast. Our mission at Blue Artists is to help powerful and visionary people build distinguished brands that inspire and engage their growing audience. So each month, we'll bring you stories about Blue Artist clients who exemplify our mission and have been successful in building and expanding their brands. We'll also impress upon our listeners our own vision to cultivate a community of motivated individuals who bring lasting value to the world. The topics we will discuss include brand awareness, public relations, social media, email marketing, creative design, self-publishing, videography, photography, and website development. We welcome you to submit suggestions for specific themes and questions for our producers via email at producers@blue-artists.com. Each podcast is available 24/7 on our website at www.community.blue-artists.com. Our clients are notified when new podcasts are available, but anyone is welcome to listen and join us as we help build your difference.
Thank you, Desiree. I have an inspiring story to share about one of our clients who is doing her part to bring lasting value to the world by enhancing children's literacy skills. Maryland-based Parents as Tutors, led by Dr. Andrea Thompson, provides parents with knowledge, skills, and resources necessary to engage in student learning. The company was recently featured in an article about their involvement in the Joliet Public Schools District 86 that was published in the Herald News. According to the article titled Joliet District 86 Engages Parents in Children's Learning, Parents as Tutors worked with dozens of parents of kindergartners and first graders in a pilot program as part of the district's outreach efforts to get parents involved in the education process. Parents as Tutors promotes and supports parental engagement through parental reading workshops and a series of books designed to help parents understand reading components and instructional strategies for helping children increase their reading level. Parents taking part in the program were provided with books from the series, the article said. The article also reported that the district's superintendent hopes the Parents as Tutors program would eventually become district-wide. The program was piloted in 2 of the district's elementary schools last fall. One parent interviewed in the article said the pilot program helped her to be more like a teacher at home. "My goal is I'll do whatever I can. I'll communicate with the teacher. I'll do whatever I can to help my child become better than me," parent Bridget Senegar said in the article. Parents as Tutors shares Senegar's goals and finds that although many parents are involved and willing to be engaged, they lack the knowledge necessary to help struggling readers. For more information on Parents as Tutors, visit their website at www.parentsastutors.com.
That is an inspiring story, Jim. Parents as Tutors truly is engaging children, parents, and educators as they build an important foundation for academic success. Up next, we'd like to introduce Dr. Teresa R. Martin, Esquire. Through her brand, Enjoy Your Legacy, Dr. Martin has organized the 5th annual Women Doing It Big Conference and Expo and Awards Luncheon coming up January 14th and 15th in New York City. The event will kick off the new year in a fabulous way by bringing together entrepreneurs to get educated and empowered and to celebrate the accomplishments of women who are doing it big and making an impact on the world. With more than 50 fabulous female speakers and presenters, celebrity panel discussions, master classes, speed networking, a fur party and fashion show, interactive activities, shopping, and a live band and entertainment, this is a can't-miss event. An award show and luncheon will honor keynote speaker Notori Naughton from Power. Tickets are available on Eventbrite by searching Women Doing It Big Conference. Dr. Martin is the founder, president, and CEO of Generational Wealth Zone, a premier full-service wealth creation company featuring a portfolio of category-leading brands that include Real Estate Investors, Association of NYC, thebusinesscreditcoach.com, and Enjoy Your Legacy/Legacy Coaching, a leading personal finance and real estate coaching brand. She's one of the most sought-after personal finance and real estate strategists in the industry and a competent consultant, attorney, real estate investor, entrepreneur, educator, and facilitator. She is a steward of hope as well as financial peace, who deeply understands and emphasizes the importance of financial education, both in business and in life. You can learn more about Dr. Martin and her brand at www.enjoyyourlegacy.com.
What a fabulous endeavor. Dr. Martin really is going all out to inspire and engage her audience. To round out this month's news segment, we'd like to take the opportunity to toot our own horn, as they say. Blue Artist is presenting a new feature film that tackles the issue of racism as experienced in contemporary America. The Red Effect is an intense, thought-provoking film that doesn't hold back from asking the difficult questions as it explores the hypocrisy of a supposed post-racial America and the strength of the human spirit to survive through adversity and learn to persevere. The storyline of this hard-hitting drama is noticeably familiar. An unarmed black teenager is shot and killed by a white man. Tensions rise in a southeast Washington, D.C. community following the deadly shooting that sets the film's narrative in action. Early media reports focus on the shooter's claim of self-defense and the criminal background of the victim. Actor Pierre Walters, also a producer here at Blue Artists, delivers a stellar performance as Glenn Johnson, a no-nonsense leader of a program designed to help struggling adults better themselves and overcome perceptions and stereotypes. As details about the shooting emerge, Glenn becomes the voice his community desperately needs amidst decades of racial inequality. Interwoven throughout the must-see film, rousing performances by Glenn's students capture their individual dilemmas as they try to succeed in the program and bring meaning to their lives in the impoverished community. This film will truly have an impact by helping to facilitate an open dialogue about race in America, said Miles J. Franklin, one of the film's producers. To view the trailer for The Red Effect and learn more about the film, visit www.facebook.com/The Red Effect Film.
Thank you for sharing that piece with us, Jim. Stay tuned for further announcements about the film's release. In the meantime, I encourage everyone to like the Red Effect Film page on Facebook and watch the trailer. For our feature story segment, I'd like to welcome Blue Artist representative Sarah Miller to the show. What do you have for us this month, Sarah?
Thank you, Desiree. Welcome to 2017, everyone. If you haven't already, I hope you'll take some time to reflect on your accomplishments and setbacks, if you had any, in 2016. Reflecting on both the good and the bad is important so you can create a strong, clear vision for the year ahead. Where do you want to take your brand this year? Before you answer this question, let's find out the 7 principles Apple co-founder Steve Jobs used to achieve his breakthrough success. I think you'll find that his principles can be applied to anyone in any size business in any industry. The following article was written by Forbes.com contributor Carmine Gallo and is titled 7 Innovative Secrets of Steve Jobs. The cure for Apple is not cost-cutting. The cure for Apple is to innovate its way out of its current predicament. Steve Jobs made that bold statement when he returned to Apple after a 12-year absence. Apple was close to bankruptcy. We all know what happened next. Steve Jobs launched one innovation after another, revolutionizing computers, entertainment, music, retail, mobile, and telecommunications. It's no wonder that CNBC named Steve Jobs the #1 most innovative and transformative business leader of the past 25 years. As the New York Times columnist Thomas Friedman once wrote, "The day of average is over. Average only guarantees below average results." Steve Jobs never thought average thoughts. even as he and his partner Steve Wozniak were fiddling with electronics in the spare bedroom left vacant when Jobs' sister moved out of her room. It was only after the two visionaries outgrew the bedroom that they moved to the kitchen and eventually the more spacious garage. The 7 principles that Jobs used to achieve his breakthrough success are available to any business leader in any field who hopes to create a radical transformation. Do what you love. Passion is everything. Innovation doesn't happen without it. Dig deep to identify your true passion. Steve Jobs was not passionate about computers. He was passionate about building tools to help people unleash their potential. One of the most profound remarks Jobs ever made occurred at the end of one of his last public presentations. Jobs said, "It's the intersection of technology and liberal arts that makes our hearts sing." So ask yourself, what makes your heart sing? Follow the answer. Put a dent in the universe. Passion fuels the rocket. Vision directs the rocket to its ultimate destination. In the mid-1970s, personal computers were largely limited to hobbyists who assembled parts from kits. Jobs and co-founder Steve Wozniak had a vision to put computers in the hands of everyday people. A bold, specific vision inspires evangelists and sets forces in motion. Jobs once said that the role of a leader is to hire the best people and to keep them aligned toward achieving the vision. Keep your team focused on the big picture. Creativity is connecting things. Steve Jobs believed that a broad set of experiences led people to conclusions that others might have missed. He was on to something. Harvard researchers spent nearly a decade studying the world's greatest innovators. They found that innovators associate ideas from different fields and apply them to the product or service they're working on. Those researchers could have saved themselves a lot of time by simply interviewing Steve Jobs, who used experiences to inspire his best ideas. Jobs didn't always know where the dots would connect, but connect they did. Jobs took calligraphy in college, a course with no practical application to his life. It all came back later with Macintosh, the first computer with beautiful typeface, fonts, and calligraphy. Bombard your mind with new experiences completely outside of your chosen field. Say no to 1,000 things. Innovation comes from saying no to 1,000 things, said Jobs. When Jobs returned to Apple, he dramatically reduced the number of products the company made, so each product had an A-team. When Jobs introduced the iPhone in 2007, he pointed out that while other smartphone makers were adding features and buttons, the iPhone would remove them, making it simpler, cleaner, and user-friendly. Visit the Apple website. When the company introduces a new product, it doesn't add the product image and content to a cluttered homepage. It removes clutter, focusing on the product it wants to highlight. Start saying no more often. Create insanely great experiences. Steve Jobs innovated around the customer experience by benchmarking against the very best models in customer service. When I did my research for a book on the Apple retail model, I learned that the Apple Store was inspired by the Ritz-Carlton. Jobs didn't choose to look at his competitors. He had a bigger vision for what a customer experience might look like in a retail store selling computers. Create exceptional experiences for every customer, every time. Master the message. Steve Jobs was a master storyteller, but he worked at it. His presentation skills were refined over many years and hours of practice. You can have great ideas, but if you cannot convince others to take action on those ideas, they won't turn into truly innovative new products and services. Refine your product story. Sell dreams, not products. Ultimately, Steve Jobs was successful because he sold dreams, not products. When Jobs opened the first Apple Store in 2001, he said the store was not meant to sell computers. Instead, it would enrich lives. Nobody cares about your product. They care about themselves. Create products that help people achieve their dreams, and you'll win them over. Stop selling products and start enriching lives. Innovation sits in a lonely place because few people have the courage to dream big, pitch radically different ideas, and the conviction to follow through with their idea when they hear the skeptics say, "It won't work." Steve Jobs followed his heart and didn't let anyone stand in the way. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice, Jobs once said. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. And there you have it. How will you apply these principles to your brand in the year ahead? 7 Innovative Secrets of Steve Jobs was published on May 2nd, 2014 on Forbes.com. You can read the full article at www.forbes.com/sites/Carmine Gallo/the-7-innovation-secrets-of-Steve-Jobs.
Thank you, Sarah. Can you imagine the outcome if each of us applied those 7 principles to our brands this year? I believe we'd see some phenomenal results. Let's move on to our producer segment and answer a question submitted by a listener. Ben asks via email, with so many moving parts to building a good brand, what should I focus on first if I'm just starting out or rebranding? To answer this question, let's welcome Blue Artist producer Pierre Walters to the show.
Thanks, Desiree. That is a really good question. With so many moving parts to building a good brand, what should anyone focus on when starting out or rebranding their business? And, the first thing we have to do is understand what is a good brand. And a good brand is 3 things. It's based off 3 pillars: your identity, your community, and your conversation. Understanding what is your identity, who you are, what is your service, what is the reason, the purpose that you are in business in the first place. That's your identity. Basically, what are you offering, okay, in terms of value? Now, your community is the people that have the potential to need that value. Now, it's not just the people who have purchased or will purchase. It's anyone who has the potential to purchase, even if they don't. They are your community. So understanding what they need, because what they need is what you're offering. Now, the third pillar is conversation. And conversation is the strategy that connects your identity to your community. Now, conversation is really important because that's where most of your marketing, most of your public relations, even where the majority of your services and products are going to fall into place, because conversation is the transaction of providing for the community something that they can engage with, okay? Whether that means your actual services or that means some sort of event or information, any kind of engagement, that ultimately is conversation between identity and community. So if you're just starting out or you're rebranding your business, okay, what you should be focusing on is really quite simple. Understanding and establishing your identity, learning how to clearly articulate what your purpose is, I'm talking about your slogan, what your mission and vision is. This is really, really important. Remember, your mission is, what is it that you are going to do? What is it that you are setting out to do? If you could change the world, what is it that you're going to change? What is your mission? Okay, getting out there and achieving something. What is it that you're going to achieve? Now, your vision is it's a nuance on that. Your vision is, well, assuming you've achieved that mission, assuming you have completed your mission, what will the world look like? Okay, what will the world look like? What will your marketplace look like if you are successful? That is your vision. And your community is, again, it's the audience of people. It's the congregation of people that have the potential to buy into that mission. It's the people that for themselves see your vision and want to live in that vision. They want to benefit from that vision. Okay? So articulating your identity, articulating your community, and finally, developing a strategy for your conversation. This is so important. I cannot stress this enough. It really is not good enough just to say, okay, I have a product and I'm going to sell it and I'm going to put some ads on Google or Facebook or whatever. That really isn't good enough. You really need to have a plan. You need to have a strategy. And here's why. Because success is not an accident. It is not the lottery. It is not, let me just throw his ads out there and see which ones stick. That is not how we achieve success. Success is, it is planned. It is deliberate. Success is on purpose. It's not something that should take you by surprise. It should be something that you planned for. So therefore, you need to have a plan. And that plan should be, it should be an action plan. At Blue Artists, we are really excited because we help our clients with developing their action plan. We call it an executive action plan. And in this plan, we take your vision, what it is that you want to see achieved in your business or brand within the next 6 months or 12 months, and we break that down into goals. And each goal has actionable steps, okay, that we are then able to measure, follow, and be held accountable for when they are authorized. This is so important because without a plan, without an action plan, you are really just going with the wind. And let me tell you, the wind might lead you to some great places, but if you're not in control of your ship, then your ship will hit an iceberg. It's going to hit something or go somewhere where you did not anticipate because you were not in control. And that's why you've got to have a plan. So what are the 3 things that I'm going to suggest that you should be focused on when you're starting out or rebranding your business? I suggest that you focus on articulating your identity, defining your community, and developing an executive action plan for your conversation. Okay? Those are really, really important. And once those things have been situated, then the next step will be abundantly clear. Thanks again, Ben, for asking such a really profound question. If you're out there and you're listening and you've got a question you want to throw our way, go ahead and just send it to us. You can email us at producers@blue-artist.com, or you can visit us on our website, www.blue-artist, that's ARTISTS.com, and send us your questions so that we can feature it here on the show. All right, back to you, Desiree.
Thank you for joining us, Pierre. I'm sure your expertise has been invaluable to Ben and the rest of our audience. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. With that, we'll wrap up the January edition of Build Your Difference. Please join us next month as we continue to offer inspiration and expertise to build distinguished brands that inspire and engage your growing audience.
You are building an incredible brand. We're grateful to be your creative agency. Until next time, keep growing, keep striving, and keep building your difference.